Alright, what's up guys? Today we're going to be looking at my Garden Warfare 2 stats exclusively on this account because we're at 700 hours on it. I know that might seem a little low. In the grand scheme of things, it's about 1,050 hours if you include my alt account. Yeah, I know, I tried to get it perfectly on 700, but that didn't happen. So these are my overall stats. Total vanquishes 153,282. Only about 27,000 of them are player vanquishes. Well, yeah, I mean that's understandable. I used to play private play on the channel. I used to play private play in my free time all the time, and I love the backyard battleground. So, that is understandable. Times KO'd by players is 13,997. So just over 13,000. So that makes my kill death ratio 2.05 roughly. And it's okay. It's definitely gone up, but it could be better, it could be worse. Teammates survived about 1,800. Yeah, again, not that many. Times chomped 806. I don't know if that's a lot, but that is 806 times more than it should have happened. Quest completed almost 1,000 actually, which is understandable because I like stars, because I would use the XP fish quite a lot. I don't use them anymore because I'm a max ranker, and multiplayer quests are freaking amazing for coins. Overall accuracy 43%. I think that's decent. I don't know if that's actually good. I think that's pretty good though. And highest vanquish streak 350. Yeah, I'm gonna say this right now. I've said this, I've done a video similar to this almost a year ago now. Take the vanquish streaks for a grain of salt, because any vanquish streak does include private play. That does also include just killing player 2 over and over again. That may or may not be what happened. In fact, that case in particular is definitely what happened. Vanquish assists nearly 19,000. I don't know if that's a lot. XP per minute 241. Again, I don't know if that's a lot. Total XP earned 10 million. That is a lot because about 7 million of that is towards just getting to max rank. And then 40 million coins earned. That's quite a lot on the grind all day, every day. It's not true at all, but a lot. Of all the customizations and everything that I have 4,875 out of 8,384. That's pretty good. I've mostly been focusing on getting a bunch of stuff from Rux recently. I probably could have up to 5,000 by now if I got Wonders Packs of Greatness with all that money. And I used to get phenomenal character packs like any chance that I got. So if I spent all that money towards Wonders Packs of Greatness, I definitely would have maybe even beaten 6,000 by now. So for the plants, my most played is the Toxicity with about 24 hours. It said 24 hours at one point. I don't know why it's gone down. Most vanquishes Toxicity, of course. He's the most played by a mile. Highest vanquish streak, not a real one, 350 with Future Cactus. Most assists 602 with the Stuffy Flower. Most healing 40,000, most revives 222 with the Stuffy Flower, most post vanquish taunts 14 with the Future Cactus. I don't know how I have the most first strikes on or with Electro Citron, but I do. Alright, so now let's move on to individual classes. So let's move on to Torchwood. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like Torchwood. He's fun, but he's so slow. I don't have the patience for him. Only about 6 hours on him. Kill death ratio of 1.94. It's decent. You get bundled a lot as Torchwood. Let's move on to Sunflowers. 56 hours overall on the Sunflowers. That's quite a lot. So my most played is Stuffy by a mile because working on a 24-hour challenge with her. The second most played is Alien Flower. Surprisingly. It did take quite a long time to get her to max rank because she isn't the biggest in DPS. She's not a bad character, but she's not the best in DPS. Overall, I'd say my favorite is probably Stuffy Flower. Move on to Pea Shooter. 69 total hours on this class. Most played is obviously Toxic P at pretty much 24 hours. A lot of that was in the past, though, whenever I actually liked Toxic P. Now my favorite is probably either Agent or Law P. So my second most played is Agent P with 8 hours. I'm going to do a 24-hour challenge on him, by the way, eventually. I don't know when, but I will. And he is also my best P shooter. Actually, let's see. What's my best Sunflower? I'm basing this off the kill-death ratio, by the way. Stuffy with 2.62. That's actually really good. Surprisingly low for Vampire Flower, looking at that. Sunfire I don't really like. But yeah, 2.62 is Stuffy. That's really good. So we already went over that. Let's talk Roses. 33 hours. Again, I don't really play Roses that much. If I pick one, it's usually either the regular, and even that's kind of rare. I mostly just play Druid, and even then I don't play Druid that much because I like to have more than 100 health, and I like to be able to take on big groups of enemies up close. But my best is Party Rose? Party Rose. Geez, apparently I'm doing better as Fire Rose than I am Neck Rose. But my most played is barely the regular one with about 7 hours on her. I'm probably going to do a 24-hour challenge on like half of these roses though, because I do like the roses. They're a lot of fun whenever I play them, but for some reason I just never play them. I can't tell you why. Let's look at Citron's 42 hours. My most played is Iron Citron. My best is Iron Citron. The reason you might be wondering why the regular Citron has so many hours on him. That was actually, I was grinding for the achievement Just Peachy. If you know what that is, you have to stun 50 Z-Mex with EM Peaches. That took a long time, so I got quite a lot of stuff done on Citron because of that achievement, and a decent amount of that was on Frozen Citron too. So yeah, that's why those are like that, and Iron Citron is just insane, which is why... Oh, I was about to say, geez, Toxic Citron has the highest Vanquish streak. Again, I'll say it again, take it with a grain of salt. Chompers, 47 hours. Yeah, I know I have more playtime on Chompers than I do Roses, but that's because there's about 1,000 of them. So my best is Chomp Thing, really? Chomp Thing. My second best is Disco Chomper. Where's Twilight? I'm actually surprisingly not that good with Twilight. So you could really tell which one that I don't really play Chompers, because like I have just enough playtime to get each of these guys to max rank other than Unicorn Chomper, which is the only one that I don't have. So let's see here. Who's my most played? I think it's Armor Chomper. Armor Chomper by 1 minute beating Hot Rod. Surprised Twilight Chomper doesn't have more time on him. But yeah, I do not like the Chompers for obvious reasons. They're not very good, they're gimmicky, they're annoying. I feel annoying whenever I play as them. Oh, by the way, I'm probably going to do a 24-hour challenge on the 4 good Citrons, and then the 2 other ones that aren't good. I'm not going to do it. 24-hour challenges on the Chompers. I'm probably just going to do Twilight, if that, maybe count Chompula. But yeah, besides that, probably no one. Let's look at Cactus, 56 hours total. What is this, Camo Cactus? No, Future Cactus is my most played with about 10 hours on her. My best, however, looks like it's... Oh, Petrified. Zen Cat. How on earth is that Zen Cactus? It's probably that one time where I just killed player 2 over and over, which is why it's 300. Or 132. So, I'm not going to base it off that. I'm going to say, besides that, based off of what I can do in multiplayer, I think Future Cactus is probably my best, and she's my most played, which makes sense. Let's look at Corn. 30 hours. Quite a lot. My most played... Oh, dang it, I keep on forgetting to talk about this stuff. Favorite Citron, probably Frozen. Favorite Chomper is probably either Twilight or Count. I think maybe Count. I like Count. Favorite cactus is Future. Favorite corn is probably Party Corn. Yeah, probably Party Corn. My best corn is, in fact, Party Corn. My most played corn is also Party Corn, which makes sense because he's my favorite. I think he's the best, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah. I'm probably going to do a 24-hour challenge on Party Corn. Maybe regular corn, Pops Corn. I don't think... Maybe... Do I really want to do a 24-hour challenge on Commando Corn? I don't know. We'll get there when we do. So let's look here. Most played on the zombies is Camo Ranger with 24 hours. Most vanquishes is Toxic Brains with 5,691. Highest streak, again, 350. Not real. Most assists, 666. Most healing is 11,000. That is nothing compared to the plants. But I do have 19 more revives. Most post-vanquish stunts, 25, which, I mean, let's be honest, who really cares about that? Most first strikes is 14. So yeah. Let's talk about Super Brains. 42 hours total. My best is Cosmic Brains. That is from the Get Off My Lanathon. But I think realistically my actual best is probably Toxic Brains. He is my most played, with nearly 17 hours. That's a lot. I do think I'm going to do a 24-hour challenge on... Now, this is, like, assuming that I have all the time in the world, by the way. I want to do it on all of them except for probably Cosmic Brains. Let's look at Engineers. I got a lot of these guys. 40 hours total. My best is... it says Rody Z, but my highest streak with him is 349. I think realistically my best is probably the Painter, not Mechanic, because I don't think he's very accurate. I think his bloom effect kind of holds him back. My most played is the freaking Landscaper. Are you serious? See, this is why I do 24-hour challenges. And then... Alright, from, like, playing because I genuinely want to play them, I think it's probably going to be either Mechanic or Painter. And then whenever you boil it down to, like, overall ever, it's definitely Electrician, because I have about 10 hours on him in the first Garden Warfare. So yeah, I think my favorite Super Brains is probably Electro, and then my favorite Engineer is probably Painter now. It used to be Electrician. Actually, it might still be Electrician. He's really good. Stock Foot Soldiers, easily my most played class. 22 hours, actually, like 23 almost. Let's just say 22 hours ahead of my second most played class. Looks like my best is no, Centurion. Alright, I think it... Park Ranger. Alright then, I'm fine with that. Park Ranger. My most played is obviously Camo Ranger because I did a 24-hour challenge on him. My second most played is Super Commando. I think my favorite ever, I think probably General Suprema. I know that's an unpopular opinion. I think whenever I got this game, probably Camo Ranger. And now I think my favorite is Super Commando to just play whenever. But I think the most fun is Park Ranger, come on. I want to do a 24-hour challenge on probably all these guys. I know that that sounds like very... Is gratuitous the word? I don't actually know what you use that word for. I don't know, it sounds very like... Well, you shooting for the stars there, but I mean, you know, I want to get a lot done. Pirates, I do not play Pirates. Probably my least played class in the whole game. In fact, so far it is. So let's look here. My best is Captain Sharkbite. Not too surprised with that. I never really played Captain Cannon, believe it or not. I didn't like him for the longest time because I thought that it was just hard to play with him. Now I like him, but I just played so much of Captain Sharkbite, a solid 5 hours back in the day. I think my favorite is probably Sharkbite, but I think realistically the best is Captain Cannon. I'm just not good with him. Let's let cover go. 9.5 hours, so way more than Torchwood, but the stats are not any better looking at it. So yeah, I mean, obviously, Hover Goat is my best Hover Goat. Let's look at this. Scientist, detailed stats. Wait, hold on. What's my overall time on... no, that's 10 hours. I think. Is it? I'm not gonna sleep tonight. Yeah, about 9.5 hours. Overall playtime, 54 hours. Oh, by the way, I do want to do a 24-hour challenge on the Hover Goat. And probably just one or two pirates. So yeah, I really like the Scientists. I do think that they get pummeled in multiplayer because bumming is a thing that pretty much everyone does nowadays. I would like to do a 24-hour challenge on most of these characters. Like, I can't think of one that I would just absolutely despise doing a 24-hour challenge on, but my most played, either way, is Computer Scientist because I'm currently doing a 24-hour challenge on him. My best, however, is still Computer Scientist with 3.31. I play him a lot. So what can I say? Let's talk All-Stars. 34 hours total. See, my best is... That's apparently the Baseball Star with a 10.77 Vanquish ratio. Or no, the Golf Star with a 19.43. That's obviously not true, by the way. Yeah, I do not play All-Stars that much. My most played is just the regular one. And I think my most played out of just time willing to spend playing on them, obviously, is the regular All-Star, but I think realistically I'm best with either the regular All-Star or the Goldie Star. I'm sorry about me just doing that one exploit back in the day, because these are very unrealistic stats. I would like to do a 24-hour challenge with the Tennis Star, the All-Star, Hockey Star, Rugby Star, Goldie Star. I think they're all pretty good, fun characters. Maybe Wrestling Star. I know that people absolutely hate him. I like Wrestling Star. I don't think he's that bad. Let's move on to Imps, 33 hours total. My most played is the regular Imp. Really? I've only gone 6 hours? 6.5 hours on Z7? That feels really low. My best is definitely not the regular Imp. Apparently it's Lil Drake, but according to these stats, but I think realistically my best is probably Z7. Actually, it might be Scallywag. I don't know. My trigger finger and aiming isn't really good enough for Z7, but I think he's probably my favorite. I would like to do a 24-hour challenge on Z7, Party Imp, Shrimp, maybe Scallywag. I think that'd be kind of fun. So yeah, there you go, guys. This was a long video. Jeez. Those are my Garden Warfare 2 stats with 700 hours total. That does not include my alt account or the Garden Warfare 1 or Battle for Neighborville, if you want to really take that into consideration. Overall, my playtime on this franchise is probably about 1,700 hours. I mean, across the shooters at least. If you include just the regular PVZs, it's probably closer to 4,000. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for all the support on the channel recently. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.